Did you start both? Nope. We should both do that next time.
Well, maybe. We're early. What?
What?
Whoa.
That's weird.
Wait. Yeah, so we're a little bit early for the first time. So, what have you been up to?
What have we been up to? I just finished a milled Burgundy Charlotte.
It's true.
So this will be available for pre-order soonish. I don't know when.
So helpful.
So literally just finished this like seconds ago. I'm working on the last of the cerulean stuff, which will be going out this week.
It's true. Yeah, hopefully all the cerulean pre-orders will be out the door by the end of this week, maybe very early next week.
Yeah.
So
hopefully this
that's
week,
exciting.
though. That's my goal. Right? That one I'm working on now is the last one?
Yes.
Okay. Great news.
Quick reminders, Greta in Burgundy is live right now, and then the
Yes.
Boda is next week. I did update our lead times on our website to 6 to 7 weeks. It looks like we got ourselves slightly
Tighter?
earlier than it
Earlier?
was
There you
before,
go.
so that's great.
Good.
Which kind of makes a possibility of our order deadline getting pushed back a little bit.
For holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're still adjusting that. We don't, I think I said probably last week we would have a set date for you guys, but we don't because we want to try to be as accurate as possible.
I'm thinking it might be November 7th.
November 7th.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Which is a Thursday, I think.
So what Nick was saying before, the Greta in Burgundy is available for pre-order right now.
And then all our normal colors are up on the site.
Yes, you can buy this bag in any of the colors we offer,
As well.
but you can pre-order it for Burgundy right now.
Right now.
Right now. Oh, and we did a bag tour. Someone
right.
asked if we could do a bag tour of the Greta, which we hadn't done yet. We really honestly need to spend more time doing more of them. It's just difficult to always find the time. But we were like, let's do it right now. So we did. And so you can see that on our Instagram, on YouTube as well.
Hello to everyone saying hi.
Hi. They can see that on YouTube too. It's just on our Instagram.
For what?
The bag tour of the Greta.
Yeah, it's on both places.
Yes, you can see them either place. But I just kind of go through what fits in the bag, kind of how the design came to be, and kind of like the features of the bag, like the adjustable, how this strap can adjust and all these sorts of things. So yeah, that's available up on the site. You can order this guy today. The last day will be Sunday, right?
Morning. Yeah, Sunday.
This Sunday will be the
Monday
last
to
day.
Sunday.
You can pre-order the Greta in Burgundy.
Hello from Milan. Ooh. Are you, I don't know how to say it, at the leather show, Linea Pelle show?
We probably said it wrong.
I'm sorry for offending you with my accent. I think we did decide that red will come back early in 2025 in some capacity.
Yes.
So that's kind of big news.
It is big news.
I have another newsletter
people
coming out tonight about different types of leather. So if you want to be educated on the different varieties of leather that there are, that might be helpful.
Yeah, a lot of you, we actually got some really nice emails back after the first or second email newsletter, which is just like an informative, like we're just basically Nick is picking certain topics and sending out a nice newsletter giving you information about that. And we got some really great emails back of just people saying how much they appreciate it and really love the information. So, next week you'll be able to pre-order the Boda bag in Burgundy.
Boda.
So, I know you guys have seen this a bunch. Obviously, strap gets a lot longer. I think I wore this out the other day.
Did you?
Did I?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know
I
what
just
you
took it
do.
upstairs for pictures. I'm getting confused in my own life. It's fine. There's a lot going on.
Well, not to make it more complicated, but we're kind of trying to decide if we should add a new design soonish instead of waiting until spring.
So originally our plan was, very originally the plan was to release 3 bags this fall.
Right.
We released 2, which was the Maeve and the Mini Maeve. And then we decided, okay, well, I had another idea that kind of went along with the Maeve, but I didn't feel like I would really have time to get that done and like shot and all that good stuff.
like
so we're
ready.
like, it's fine, we'll wait for spring. And then Nick came up with an idea that also fits in with that we both really like, and we think you'll be excited about. And so we're trying to decide if we want to surprise you guys with one more bag design before the end of the year, or if we're gonna wait and hold off until spring and do 2 new bag designs. But also, like, who knows what my brain will come up with by the time we get there.
It's true. Well, that's part of the problem. You got to race whatever's in there.
I know.
The other thing is, like, we put up a story earlier in the week about which bags you guys feel like should be discontinued. And I know that's not an easy thing to think about, but it's the reality of small batch production.
Yeah, and that goes, I think there was like a photograph of like some of our bags behind the image, and it wasn't to necessarily choose from those bags. The idea is like literally any of our bags could potentially be leaving the collection. So that we can make room for
Except
more.
for the ones that just launched.
Yeah, no, they're not going anywhere.
That would be silly.
That would be very silly.
Because we do need to stay in the 12-ish range to be not going crazy.
Yeah, I already kind of feel like I'm going a little crazy. Also, even like between having the milled and not having the milled,
I know.
It is a different process.
It's basically like having double.
And well, it slows me down because, I mean, the milled is always more complicated just generally, but like I have to be like, how do I do this in milled again? So it just makes me slow down and have to make sure I'm like getting all the steps correctly.
Yeah. You're less on autopilot because there are some very small
changes that I have to make sure I'm doing them.
Anyway.
So yeah, we'll probably, I mean, we added 3 new designs this year, right? The Boda, the Maeve, and the Mini Maeve.
Yes.
And we dropped, I think, 2 bags.
And we milled was new, right? In spring.
Yes.
With red. And then we dropped 2. Yeah.
So spring will either have 2 bags, red coming back at the very least, or 1 bag and red coming back at the very least.
We'll see.
Just not entirely sure yet, but that's what we're working on. Love to know what you guys think. Do you want to be surprised with another bag? Is it too much? Are we overwhelming you guys?
Are we overwhelming?
I mean, yes. Always. But yeah. And then over on the hemline, I still have not done my lives yet.
I know. What's she doing?
I need to figure out when to do it.
I love the surprise idea.
Okay.
I know.
Most people, I would imagine, would.
Should we surprise them? Yes.
Yeah, surprises. So I just need to figure out like when's a good date and time to do that, and like make myself do it.
I'll tell you when to do it next week. Does that work?
You want me to do it next week? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Or you're gonna tell me?
Do one next week, one of these days. You have to.
You're right. I do.
Just gotta start.
I know.
All right.
Maybe after this we can look at like what I need to do next week, just generally. And I can like
that's fair. You
use
can
the
plan
weekend to like wrap my head around it and feel good about it.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Okay, cool.
I do have an October spot open for consult if anyone is interested.
Oh, yeah.
I did post a link in our stories just before the live. And then we are also taking some 2025 people. So if that is something you are interested in.
Yes, and what Nick means by that is small business consultation. So if you are a maker of any sort and small business owner, and you have, you know, a few years under your belt and you're just looking for like outside help on how to grow your business, how to improve your business, how to
analyze your numbers.
Yeah, that sort of thing. I think the real big requirement is just that you have had an online store of some kind where there is data for Nick to actually look at, so that he can look at your history, kind of what you've done, and like where you can change things to improve. And that
unless you can prove to me otherwise that you're just like incredibly passionate about a certain thing that is going to work based on other information. But
Sure.
I do like to see the historical information to help you project forward.
Nick loves numbers.
Numbers.
I hate that. Unless we're talking about geometry, and that's a different
We
story.
had a really cool spreadsheet yesterday. I liked it.
So, if that's something you're interested in, what should they do? Go to the website?
Yeah, at the very bottom right, there's a page called consultation, and it has like some kind of requirements. And you fill out a form, and then I send you like more in-depth form after that if you're interested to kind of get a better idea of your business, what you hope to achieve with it.
Make sure that you guys are on the same page.
What your strengths and weaknesses look like.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of fun doing them. I know you will too.
What language that is?
I
think there may have
don't
been
know what language
something
that
back
is.
here. I don't know.
Stare at you.
No. Yeah, I just. Okay, so I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know what language that is.
I don't either.
Sorry about the different language stuff.
Okay.
Ooh, highly recommend the business consultation from Nick. It was incredibly helpful. You're welcome. Thanks. Now, if I would just actually implement the things we discussed, I know that's
always the hard part.
It is the hard part.
Yeah.
I think we generally overcomplicate things as people, especially when business is involved.
I certainly do.
I know. Mrs. Complicate everything.
It's accurate.
But
it's funny because I'm married to you.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's tough.
It is tough.
But having the outline is definitely helpful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good starting point. It's a place to know to always look to when you're like, what am I supposed to be doing? Yeah, and just the consult is mostly with Nick, although if there are places that I can help in, I have jumped in on pretty much most
She's
of
just
them.
hanging out in the background being creepy, and then she's like, oh, I have an idea.
Yes. That's pretty accurate. That's how that goes. Thank you all to everyone who pre-ordered both the Mave and the Mini Mave. They went really well, and I'm really happy with them.
And the Greta.
And the Greta, yep. Well, Greta's not done yet.
Well, true. So far.
Yes.
Totally agree. Creativity in business can make a mess. I know. Well, it's
tricky biz.
It is.
And a lot of people do it
generally, there's a strength to one or the other, and I think that sometimes the people who are just super business heavy rely too much on the numbers to tell them what to do, because like if you look at your numbers strictly and then like slash everything, you're in trouble. Like that's not going to help you, because that doesn't really take into account like the general mood of your customer and what their hopes and dreams are. And then the creativity side, it can sometimes be the exact opposite, where you're just doing what you love to do and hoping that somebody loves it too. And when you can kind of meet in the middle is where I think the magic really happens.
Yeah, and I think for us, I mean, I just feel lucky that I have Nick, because clearly he is the business end of things for the most part, and I am more on the creative end, although we do both and have both done both in our careers. In our
lives.
But as he was saying, the strength is, we each hold strengths in different places. So, yeah.
That was all my news. I'm done.
Okay. Bye.
See you later.
So yeah, I think the big news really is that we might surprise you guys with another design before the end of the year. It's sounding like our lead time for holiday is going to get pushed back just a little bit, which is great for you guys.
2 days post-election, I think is where it's hitting.
Yeah, and can't wait to get there. And red is going to come back in spring. We've made I'm
thinking early in the year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, early 2025. And at least one new bag, plus some 1 to 2 bags are going to have to get going because of that as well. So it's kind of where we are with everything. Red, guys, red. So exciting. I love it. I'm very excited for the red to come back. And I know a lot of you guys are too. So
this is what it's all about. Compromise. I'm not specifically excited about it.
And I am.
She is.
See, I get it. There's hearts.
There's hearts. Love what you guys do. Thanks.
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions about anything we've talked about, so did you put a filter on? Oh, this might look very ghostly.
No, I try not to ever filter anything. It does look weird though.
Doesn't it? I think you pushed a button. Don't touch it. Just stop touching things.
Sorry.
So yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything we talked about or anything in general, now is your time to do that. Ask any questions, and we will do our best to help you out.
Show you the difference between milled and not milled. So it's looking like we just got another batch of the milled burgundy, and this is slightly lighter than what we got.
Than the second batch.
Than the second batch that we have. So just you can kind of see the variation there.
Yeah, the milled will have a little bit more variation in it.
Here's our regular mini Bowery.
In burgundy.
In burgundy, and then here's the milled, which is the softer
pebble
texture.
Love this. Thank you for sharing. No problem.
So
it looks even more apparent.
It does look lighter on the screen.
I think you put somehow the filter or something happened.
Yeah, this doesn't look the way it
does in person.
That's how it looks.
Better. Yeah, I don't know.
I blame Instagram.
It's not that big of a
difference. It looks more accurate on YouTube.
Yes, it does.
Interesting. See the problems. See the problems we got.
Your bags are great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's the textural difference.
I am really excited about my other bag idea, though. I can't wait to work on it.
Stop.
I did start to pattern it out the other day.
I saw. She was like she was waiting for something to dry, and she's like.
Yeah, I was waiting for something to dry when I don't have anything to do, and there's, idle hands, right? Isn't that what you're saying? So I will start making something else. But I think you guys will be excited about it.
Bum, bum, bum.
And I was thinking, last time when I designed the Maeve, I did it originally in...
Secretly?
I did.
You did.
But I also did it originally in milled. And then we were
then you went backwards.
I know. And then I'm about to do the same thing.
You
and
should
part
do
of
this
me
one in bridal
is
first.
I should start in bridal.
You should. You don't want to have the same...
It wasn't my intention.
No, but it needs to happen that way.
I agree.
Because it's almost because, like, the milled, you're adding to the pattern. Like, you're taking away from the pattern from the bridal, basically. So I think that's an easier process to figure out versus adding. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, she did the Maeve, the big Maeve, originally in milled.
It was this one.
And it was kind of a process, because it was the first bag you designed just in milled, I think.
I did it in milled immediately
from the start.
On its own, yeah. And then we changed the closure, and I should probably do it in bridal. This is it in sienna in bridal.
Just started with learning drawing/illustration. Any tips and resources to look into? Oh, wow.
That's a good question.
You can also DM us. What specifically are you trying to draw? Because that's important.
And how are you?
And how?
And how? Are you doing it on like a tablet computer scenario, or are you doing it like, old school paper and pencil?
Because if you look up the golden age of illustration, that might be helpful. It's like J.D. Leyendecker.
Yeah, it just all depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah, there's some that's vast. But you can start looking at kind of drawings and paintings you already like and kind of dissecting them and seeing what you like about them and why.
You're making a lot of assumptions over there.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
You don't know why he's doing it.
I know. I'm excited.
I need the answer first.
Fine.
Before I can give.
Let's see.
How do you get the brand name in gold on the bags?
Oh.
We have a hot press that gold foil stamps everything for us. So, and we have like a little brass.
Yeah, it's a brass stamp, and then which is heated, and then there's a gold foil that transfers it.
Yep.
Once it's pressed on there.
Yeah, if you Google like hot press, you should be able to start to get in some info in there.
Does Wicket and Craig offer milled to the public or exclusively to you? That's a good question. I know that they offer milled through Buckle Guy.
I'm pretty sure you can get milled straight from there.
Yeah, you probably can. You can just call up one of the reps and ask, I think.
Whoa. You made a thumb up.
I did a thumbs up.
Thumbs up thing happened. I like how it landed on your face. That was fun.
Yeah, I do know, like, you can't get, I think there's some, like, proprietariness to some of them. So you might just want to ask them directly to see what they can and can't do for you.
Can you show the inside of the bag, please? Ooh, I don't know which one you are asking about. I'm going to assume it was the Maeve because I think that's what I just showed.
Where do we look for your bags and prices? Hemlockandhide.com. All of our stuff's there.
Yeah, if you go to our...
It's called a website.
No. If you go to our Instagram profile, there's a link in there to our website. And our website has all our bags, photos of the inside, outside, dimensions,
images with her on them.
Yes, images of me wearing the bags, and all the prices are listed there. So this is the Maeve that I was just holding up. I assume this is the bag you're asking about. So, oops, just got stuck on my necklace.
Careful.
It has like this accordion type fold out. It's got a zipper pocket that kind of breaks up the middle there. And it's got 3 card slots in this front area. And then the back area is pretty substantial back there. And it does come with a crossbody strap. There's D-rings on the inside so that you can wear it as a crossbody or take the strap off and just kind of wear it like that.
Any plans to create a men's style, something like a camera bag shape? Well, I actually made one, and to be completely honest with you, it just looks like a satchel. It's like dusty, and there's no closures on it because I took them off. But we're not adding this to the line or anything. But
yeah, Nick just made that.
Just made this for fun. And to be honest, it's just I've seen something like this out there. So it's like, I don't know if we've added enough to
that thing,
for it to be a product yet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and
good question.
So we're clear, the Maeve, we also did make the mini Maeve, which is this. Here's it milled in olive, and
this one is beautiful. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to keep showing. I do. I really do.
But
it's just so good.
These were both pre-orders, and they just wrapped up, unfortunately. So they will be on our website, and you can see them, right, still?
Yeah.
And you can sign up to be notified for when they come back. But we just launched these, and did a pre-order, which is over. But you can see them, you can see the prices, all the information, and sign up to be notified if you're interested in purchasing those. Where's this?
Do you guys buy leather for your products? Yes, we do. Well, it's something I've always wanted to learn for drawing, just learning the basics, but ideally the end goal is clothing, fashion, figure drawing, and design for the purposes. Yeah, me too. Yeah. But I mean, that's also still a broad topic. You probably just want to find a how to draw book where it shows you like shading and light, like light source, how to make shapes like spheres and cubes and stuff. That probably sounds boring, but it's really, really important to observe what you're looking at and then be able to apply those things to your drawings. And then you can look up like fashion type style books too.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of fashion illustration books you could grab. I'd also say there's probably a lot of online courses or even free stuff on YouTube probably of figure drawing. I took a bunch of figure drawing classes even in high school.
Figure drawing is difficult.
In college, it was my personal favorite. And I feel like because you make clothing, it actually might come more naturally to you than you'd think. So, because you understand probably proportion and things like that, which you could apply there. But yeah, I would go, fashion illustration on YouTube. Go to what's left, Barnes and Noble, or your local bookstore, and look for fashion illustration books because there definitely are. I've seen a bunch of them.
When we were learning, we both took anatomy for illustrators, and essentially the way we learned was you took the bone structure and then you added muscles on it, and then you drew then you put the skin on, basically.
Yeah,
so
we literally
you're learning
made
the structure of like the skull, the bones, the body.
The muscles, I feel like, was probably the most important. Yeah.
Because learning where they connect on the body to what bones to create like certain shapes.
Yeah.
Is very helpful.
Yeah, we made like a vellum. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phyllis.
Yeah.
But you can get crazy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hello from Mexico.
Cool.
Yes, that one. Okay. Oh, we're behind.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Sure.
Love it. Beautiful. Beautiful craftsmanship. What about resources for Adobe Illustrator, specifically for editing purse patterns, just basics? I do know Adobe has like things you can search for within their application, like inspiration and how to learn tutorials.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube for Illustrator specifically.
When I worked at Print Fresh, which was a textile company that I used to work for, I was in charge of training all new employees and things like that, and then I trained trainers to become the people that trained. But we did have like just like really simple things that I think we had an Illustrator book, but I imagine you could find plenty on YouTube that just like, you're gonna make an alien, like this 2D alien, but you basically, in doing so and following all the steps, learn how to use all the tools and exactly what they do and how you can use them. I feel like that for pattern making is all you need. You need to know about your computer keeps doing that, and I don't know
why either.
Okay. You basically need to understand like the rulers, the guides, how to lock them and unlock them, the layering,
pen tool.
shape making, the pen tool. There's a lot of like the cutting and
cropping.
when you can like cut one thing out of another? I forget.
Overlay?
Yeah, something. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I use that all the time when doing pattern making in Illustrator. I do make all of my patterns on paper by hand with pencil and paper first, but then I will take those, scan them in, and make them into a document that can be sent off to like get our dies made and things like that. And we've even been talking about like getting like a small laser cutter to just make our patterns like more perfect. Because I still use all the paper patterns that I make.
Yeah, they help us make stuff.
Yeah, they show me like, okay, you're gonna, like my die cuts out the shape, but like I'm gonna punch a hole here, and I need it to always be in the exact right spot. But yeah, I feel like finding some sort of easy, simple tutorial that just shows you how to use all the tools by making a thing is gonna be the most like applicable to pattern making and just using Adobe Illustrator in general for that purpose.
The other way you can do it, if you want to just like search for the thing you know you want to do.
Yeah.
So if like you want to learn how to, I don't know, transform a shape, like
sure,
or create a specific curve, like just type for that, and I'm sure there's a way or a tutorial on that thing specifically.
Yep. The other thing I just always suggest to people that I don't know how many people actually do it is, especially if that's something you're going to be doing a lot of, learning the key commands is so helpful. Like you will speed up your process tenfold by knowing where all the key commands are. I at this point know like most of them just by muscle memory, so I couldn't even like say them out loud.
We had an old version of Photoshop, and then I upgraded because they moved to subscription, which is real cool. But they changed, I don't know, it was like probably like 5 generations.
Yeah.
So she's like, these key commands are slightly different.
I know, and it's getting
it took a minute.
Yeah, but they will speed you up a lot.
Do you ever make suede bags? No.
No.
Interesting. How long did you do your first pre-order period for? So each pre-order is a week.
Yeah.
So if it's a new design or a new color, we typically do just 7 days. Good morning. Let's make it a positive, productive day. What are we chatting about? Just popped on. I think we're behind, so.
Yeah, sorry.
We were talking about how to learn Photoshop or Illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
Are the inside pockets made of thinner leather or the same thickness? So for the milled?
Mm-hmm. The milled?
Was that for the...
Oh, I assume. Well, the inside of the mave, any sort of pockets inside the mave is milled.
Right. Oh, so it's going to be the same as a single layer.
Yeah, but our milled leather is slightly thinner than our bridal.
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah. It's thinner than the bridal because if we doubled it up, it would be like real heavy. Making a little skeleton buddy sounds amazing. Yes. From Lake Arrowhead, California. Hello.
Oh, cool. Oh, and I showed the mini mave, and just FYI, the inside is different. It doesn't have like that accordion thing in the front. It's just one open pocket. But yeah, just wanted to make sure.
The offset path tool is your very best friend for seam allowance, says Skinner American Goods.
That is very true.
Good evening. Good day. We love our X-Tool P2. Oh, and Leanne also has a, what do you call that?
Oh, tablet.
A tablet, because that's
like
what she learned and
tablet.
is used to. Oh, Wacom. Wacom?
I don't know, everyone says it different.
W-A-C-O-M. Which you can, you have a pen tool and you draw with, and it has pressure and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Plus, using the little right-click button on there is helpful too. There's a lot you can do with that. And some people like to use that all the buttons on the side, which I never use because they drove me nuts because I always hit them by accident.
In the bridal, are the pockets thinner? No, because they're the same as the body weight.
Well, the bridal, that bag.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
So this bag, the interior is milled. Like this is milled. Not the entire thing is lined, but the back the back of the lid is milled.
And the pocket.
And the pocket is milled. So this is thinner
but we
than
do have,
the bridal weight, but not by a ton.
Like in our Bowery bags, the pockets in there, which are zipper pockets, are the same as the body weight.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of nuance.
Yeah.
All right, get your last questions in because we're a little bit over 30 minutes and
we got work to do.
Gotta go.
We do.
I've been thinking about a different pocket design too.
Oh yeah, I kind of like it. So much great news. Let's say news? Yeah, news today.
So much great news today. Return of red and new design on the horizon. Thank you both. Yeah, thanks. So if you want a new design in October-y times, let us know.
Wouldn't it be November? Oh no, that was...
No, because we have, that's why it's so crazy.
That was
it's condensed.
I was thinking of the holiday date.
Yes. So yeah, we're excited about that. So we'll see if we decide to do that. If we're just crazy enough.
We might be pretty crazy people.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, guys, we will see you next week. Oh, and next week, I guess I'll be doing a live on the hemline. So if you want to talk about fashion-y stuff, go follow go follow hemline, and
Hem_line.
And I'll save the live too on there so you guys can watch it back. And
if there's anything you want, like if you come across something on your feed that you're like, ooh, that would be cool for them.
Oh yeah, send it our way. I share a lot of stuff on there. Like right now it's mostly pictures of my outfit every day. But I share a lot of other people's content on there too.
To get my daughter starting on design, what would you recommend? I started a baby brand years ago. It's on the back burner life. But they want to get into fashion, which is exciting.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know what you've done with them already. I always feel like, so our son who's 6, he sees us what we do every day, and I'm sure that's very weird.
Normal to him.
Yeah, it's normal to him though, but I always feel like letting them choose a project, even if it does seem like it's too difficult for them, that they actually like want.
You're also assuming the daughter's young.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, just putting that out there.
I always think that that's really helpful because anything that's difficult, they're gonna push through a lot easier if it's like something that they actually want to wear themselves or something like that. Or you can, if you don't really know, you can always start off really simple. It really kind of depends. I wish I knew how old they were and kind of any sort of knowledge they might have. Not too much. We homeschool.
I remember like when we learned sewing in school, we made a bag. We made, I think, like a pair of shorts on the sewing machine. And
like a stuffed animal or something.
Yeah. And a stuffed animal. I mean, I remember making a pizza. Like it's just a circle with like something you would top stitch on and then stuff. And then you have a pizza pillow.
Yeah.
That could be like a good starting point.
Yeah, a pillow, I mean, is like literally like the fastest, like most, because that's the other part of it.
And you have something when you're done.
If you can choose something that's also going to be kind of like a
7, 9, and 13. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So if you can choose something that's like a pillow or something that's going to give them like kind of like quick satisfaction, or like an end product, I also think that's always good because they're like, oh, I can do this, I can accomplish it.
And you can do that in many ways. Like it could be exciting by picking out the type of fabric versus putting like an image on there. It could be exciting for the shape. It could be exciting for what you stuff it with or its application, like where you put it in your house.
Yep. I remember my mom taking me, my mom is a huge sewer and quilter, and so I was constantly spending time in fabric stores as a kid, and they'd always have scrap bins, which was like my favorite thing to do, is to like weed through the scrap bin. And the one time I found like a pretty big chunk of scrap that I really liked, and my mom said, okay, when we get home you can make a pillow. So she bought some stuffing and showed me how to use her, I think it was her sewing machine from when she was like in high school or something, that I learned on an old Singer.
I have a regular machine and an overlock. Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. You're good to go. Definitely start on the regular machine.
Love that. You guys are a blessing. Yeah, we're happy to help.
Yeah, anytime. Start with something
small.
that they want to do. Let them pick out the fabric that they're going to get quick satisfaction, and go on from there and start to, because then, you know, if they really like it, you can always like have them pick out a pattern or something. Like they want to make like a circle skirt or something like that for themselves.
All right, we gotta go.
We do. Sorry. I get excited.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.